Welcome to Hannity, and tonight we are broadcasting from the Greenwell Springs Baptist Church. We're in Louisiana. Now, more than 60,000 homes have been damaged or destroyed by the deadly flooding right here in this state. Now, the devastation is almost unimaginable. Don't believe me? Watch this.
When this first happened, it was so hard. I've never been through nothing like this.
The water was about 2 feet deep in the house when the fire department came with a rescue boat.
Got over here, flood water was almost up to our front door. Threw the whole family in the truck as fast as we could, pack bags.
She called me and she was begging me. She said, Mama, she said, the water's coming up on us. She said, we need rescue.
This morning I was handing out food boxes and a lady just broke down crying, and I hugged her and prayed with her and just consoled her.
I'm devastated. I've cried all day.
100% of my things have been destroyed.
Seems like a bad dream. You just get to the point where you just don't know what to say or think.
This is just nothing that I've ever seen. Nothing. Katrina wasn't. Gustav, none of those storms can compare to this.
All right, well, let's give our love on down to Baton Rouge. Thank you all for coming out to the church. All these people behind me are all volunteering to help their community in need. When you hear the story of devastation and how many people literally were getting on boats and saving lives as this water came in so fast, it's an incredible story of heroism, generosity, kindness. I mean, everything that makes America great. Sir, how are you? What's your name?
John Broussard.
All right, when I got here, and we're going to show this later in the show tonight, I could not believe what I saw. It was house after house, block after block, street after street, devastation, water up as high as 6 feet in these houses, every home destroyed. And it may be as many as 100,000.
In our neighborhood, I had 2 foot of water in our house. We had a little bit of time to get stuff up, which about an hour. It was the river was rising about 3 inches every hour. When I woke up at 7:05, I saw neighbors. One of my neighbors said water's in the house, and they were moving to higher ground. And within an hour, we had water coming in our house.
And look, this isn't just these homes. As we'll show later, and we're showing probably some B-roll right now. These homes were destroyed. Yeah. I saw it anywhere from 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, and you had an hour to get out of the house.
Yeah, we had an hour to get out.
And what's your name, by the way?
Teresa Broussard.
Hey, Teresa.
We never thought that we would get water because the big flood of '83, our house was high and dry, and my husband was talking to...
Is this your husband?
Yes.
You married way up. Okay.
My husband was talking to the neighbor who parked his car on the road in the highest spot, and we couldn't wrap our minds around it. It wasn't coming. It's not coming. Different circumstances. Well, it came, and it came fast. And as a homeschool mom, all I could worry about was getting my school books and everything up in the attic where it was safe.
Oh, man.
And I said, John, we can lose everything, but we can't lose those school books. And fortunately,
see, if I was your student, I would be upset by that. I would have said, let's drown the books, Don't worry about it. Let's get the pictures.
My son's not happy.
It's amazing. I'm joking, but it's not a joke, because you think of the American dream, and I was just saying this before. American dream is you get your house, and you get that house, and these people are going to be moving back into these homes maybe for a year or two.
Yes.
And it's sad.
But there is a silver lining. I'm doing hashtag faith, family, and friends, because that's what's getting us through. Our faith, of course, is just, I had a wonderful Bible study this morning. Last night, I picked up where I left off Saturday morning, where I was casually drinking my coffee, thinking I'm not going to get water. And
this is almost like your own version of Noah's Ark.
Yes. Yeah. And so, but faith, family, and friends, because we're staying with family, and friends are looking out and for us, and they've helped pull nails. They've helped pull sheetrock and all that.
You know what the thing that really impressed me is I saw that every block, every street that we went on, and we'll show some of those video, it was like every house had already been gutted. Nobody from no government agency got here. This was neighbor helping neighbor. Are you?
This is our sign.
How you doing? What's your name?
Andrew Broussard.
Hey, Andrew, nice to you. Helping your mom out big time now? You stepping up?
Yeah.
All right.
So we had to pull out some walls.
Is that your little sister? Yeah. Hey, darling, what's your name? Okay. Don't worry, I'm not a liberal. I'm not Hillary. I'm not Obama. Well, listen, please know you're in our thoughts and prayers. And we're going to talk to some other folks here. Are we going over here? Okay. How you doing? What's your name?
Joshua.
Hey, Joshua. How are you? Tell us what went on where you live.
We live in Prairieville, actually, so we didn't get flooded.
Right. You came to help.
Yeah. We've actually hanging out with the Broussards.
Really?
We gutted a house today, and just really sad to see all the dreams of people. And when kids are living there, you see all the scattered pieces of games on the floor, and it's just really hard to watch.
Yeah, but you came to help, as did everybody in this room, which says a lot about you. Thank you so much for what you're doing, right? Give this guy a hand. That's awesome. Hi. What's your name, darling?
Ellie.
Hi. What's your name?
Ellie.
Allie? And now you're the one that you hit my hand. You can show everybody. Ow! Ow! Tell us about what happened. Now this little girl, and that's your little boy over here?
Yes, and I have two more behind.
Oh my God, what a good looking family. Wow.
You.
So tell us what happened.
So Friday morning we woke up and realized that our house looked like it was about to flood. So we put all of our furniture on cinder blocks and called a friend to come and get us because we already couldn't get out of our neighborhood in our vehicles. Mr. Mike.
Mr. Mike came to help you? Do you like Mr. Mike? Yeah, he's nice. Do you beat him up too? No, okay, I'm just me. I'm the punching bag. So did you save your furniture?
Well, no. So Friday we went to my parents' house across town. Their house is about 5 feet off the ground, and we got word Friday night that our house didn't flood, but there was about 3 feet of water in my parents'.
We thought it would flood.
Yes, we thought it would flood. But my parents' house had about 3 feet of water around it, not in the house yet. And so we couldn't leave. And then Saturday, about 5 o'clock that afternoon, water started coming in their house. Ended up about knee deep. We were stuck in 2 rooms with 11 people. So we had a renter next door who didn't leave, and they were on the ground level. So she came with us, and so it was my parents and my niece and nephew and the 6 of us and the renter and 4 dogs.
Wow.
Upstairs for 2 or 3 days. I kind of lost track.
Yeah.
Mom, for 3 days.
For 3 days.
For 3 days? Yeah.
And
do you want to be in TV when you get older? You'd be really good at it. Yeah.
So
did you all hear this? And we're going to show this. But one of the more amazing things, it came down so fast, and the currents were pretty.
Mom,
right? Okay. And everyone told the story about how everyone with a boat came, and the sheriff told me he could not believe. In the one county we were in earlier, Livingston, that only one person died in that county, considering how the rapids, the number of old people, elderly, how you had a hospital, you had a nursing home, and they got everybody out because everybody, not one federal government bit of aid here, but neighbor helping neighbor with their boats, right? They're all true? And so many lives were saved. Well, we're going to come back and we're going to show the country what I saw today, which will shock your conscience, and that is home after home, street after street, literally devastation, and this is going to take years to complete. We're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's Hannity on the road. Stay right there. We'll also meet that great sheriff who helped save a lot of lives this weekend. Straight ahead.
The smell is just horrendous. Every drawer, every bin, every pot you open still contains that toxic, river water. And so the cleanup has been a real mess. It's more devastation I've ever seen in my life.
Live from America's News Headquarters, I'm Kelly Wright in Washington. Good evening. Here's what's happening. Donald Trump taking a swing at his rival Hillary Clinton during a campaign stop in Akron, Ohio. Trump calling for a special prosecutor to investigate the financial dealings of the Clinton Foundation, saying, quote, the Justice Department and the FBI can't be trusted. However, in an email to supporters, former President Bill Clinton defends the foundation, saying it has improved millions of lives around the world. Last week, Mr. Clinton said the foundation will not accept contributions from foreign governments if Hillary is elected president. Elsewhere throughout the world, Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte paying a high price for lying about being robbed in Rio. Speedo, Ralph Lauren, and others have terminated their contracts with the swimmer. Lochte has apologized for embellishing what officials say was a dispute over vandalism and not a robbery. Back.
The water level came up to right here. It's about 4 feet off the ground. I mean, just about everything that was ruined that the water touched. Right here we have just trying to suck the water out of every drawer in the house because it's full of this water. So this was our living room, dining room, and kitchen that was completely destroyed. Different pieces of furniture that are irreplaceable that we have to buy. Very expensive pieces of equipment. It's all lost.
Unbelievable devastation. Welcome back to Hannity, and we're broadcasting tonight from Greenwell Springs Baptist Church. We're in Louisiana, where earlier today, Sheriff Jason Ard from the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office, he showed me exactly what the floods had destroyed. This is unbelievable. Take a look. Sheriff Ard, thanks so much for taking us out here.
Thank you.
Look, stop for a second. Take a look down there. Look at all this. This is Livingston Parish. Describe where we are and exactly how bad this got. This looks like the aftermath of Katrina.
Yes, it does. We're actually south of Denham Springs, the South Denham Springs area, which is just south of I-12,
right?
Which is actually just west of Baton Rouge, east of Baton Rouge. And this area is never flooded.
Stop right here. Look down here.
The devastation this flood has caused with these residents here, it's just horrible. I've actually was involved in Katrina, and the only thing that I can think in my 25 years of experience to describe this is Katrina. And the reason is I remember seeing the vehicles stalled on the road, flipped over in the ditches, the boats everywhere, the mass destruction, and this is as close as I can get to it.
We can get a picture. Stop for a second and look at that water line in the house. It's up 2/3 of the way on the house.
Yeah, you're going to have all this. You have water lines that are going to be above the roof line. I mean, you have homes in here that were completely destroyed.
How many people are we talking about displaced?
You know, we think over 80% of our population, which is 141,000, has been touched by this storm.
Right.
We know there's some that lost everything. We know some that just had damage.
Hey guys, if you look at this, let's look down this block. If you can shoot down that block and take a look. Now, Sheriff, you told me earlier, and this stunned me. I mean, look at this. It's unbelievable. This is people's lives. Look at how high the watermark goes up.
Not only they're losing their homes, a lot of them lost their vehicles. I mean, whenever you've never flooded before, I mean, how do you know to get out? The water's moving down this direction. We started getting calls from here. We actually haven't prioritized and tell people that are on the bottom floor, that are moving to the second floor, then tell us when you get in your attic, because then you become priority. That's how many people are calling.
And you lost only one person with no notice, and you were able to commandeer between what your officers were able to do, the National Guard, I assume they weighed in as well, and basically neighbor helping neighbor, commandeering any boat you had, and with no notice, you got everybody out and only one person died.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
It's truly amazing. It's truly
That's
amazing. But we just know without a doubt God's watching over us and may help us to make this happen for these citizens and get them out. It's like I said, it's total devastation, but there's a lot of good things that comes out of this. And when you got your head down, just know we're strong, and things could have been a lot worse than what they was.
All right, so as you're getting all these people out, how many hours did it take to get everyone from every neighborhood out?
We didn't probably start feeling that we accomplished what we needed to accomplish till probably Monday morning.
This is it. This is the water line.
Right.
And actually, it's even worse down the block. You're telling me.
A lot worse down the block.
Worse. All right. So this. But look, if you guys, if you could just get a picture, this house is done. It is gutted almost completely. This is a total rebuild. This is all electrical, all plumbing, everything.
And they also have to get chemicals in here to make sure they get the mold and things that could possibly. We know who's coming to do that. So it's just it's a lot. It's going to cost these people a lot.
So
of money.
these are thousands of people. I just spoke with the daughter. I mean, they're asking their mom to move down to Florida now.
Right.
Because obviously she's not getting back in her house in a long time.
Right.
If ever.
And that's the sad thing. You know, a lot of people that are not going to have anywhere to live.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have rent houses. Everything's basically destroyed. Not everything, but most things are destroyed.
Where are you putting the people now that are displaced? Do you have
Our parish government is working on trying to get housing. We do have them in shelters. We're making sure they're getting fed and doing the best we can there. We also have a lot of our faith-based communities, churches and stuff that are actually housing people as well.
I know Franklin Graham's group is down here, Tony Perkins' group, the Samaritan's Purse, and they've been a big help.
We have people just down here cooking, just to make sure everyone is fed. I mean, they're helping, working with the Red Cross and other entities to make sure that there's food and water here. So everyone's working together, and we're getting those important things done. I think the thing that people are starting to focus on is my home. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go?
Right. You know, we all watched Katrina, and I was down after I saw the aftermath of Katrina, and what I said on TV at the time is pictures never captured the devastation.
Right.
I would argue we can't even with pictures capture the devastation here.
Right.
In that case, though, you had a lot of crime and looting, etc. You said you've had some, but not too bad.
We've been taking a very hard line toward that. We have a lot of agencies throughout the state that came through the Louisiana Sheriff's Association to help us patrol our streets and keep the looters out.
Right.
So we're averaging about 10 or 15 a night that we're actually arresting for looting. We're taking a very hard line with that. We're not going to put up with that at all. And a lot of people think because I had to close my jail down, detention center, and move my inmates that they don't have nowhere to go, but that's not true. I have a temporary booking facility, and I will send you to a local connecting parish.
Oh, you're taking care of that. You got a place for them to stay too.
Right.
Well, Sheriff, I know you've been real busy and very generous with your time. We really appreciate it. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. I know our audience is as well. And I hope the nation needs to see this. We're going to put up different organizations like Samaritan's Purse and Tony Perkins Group and see if we can help the great people down here out.
And I want to just say thank you to all the people that have came and helped, and they're continue to come, continue to call, not only bringing food, but bringing workers, helping with demolition and helping with reconstruction. So we have a lot of organizations that are helping.
Yeah, well, with that too, I just can't believe there's been nowhere near the national attention that this deserves. You even said locally they're not even following this yet.
Well, I think that the locals that followed early on, but it looks like we're still having some other areas that are flooding. Still in the southern part of the state. So you still have some hot water issues. So I'm sure they're still working on that because of limited resources.
Sure, if it's a miracle, you got everybody out of here. It really is. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
And coming up earlier today, I also spoke with some Louisiana residents. They have lost everything. We're going to play you that coming up next. Plus, we'll also speak with some of these great volunteers right here at the Greenwell Springs Baptist Church. That and more as Hannity continues from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, straight ahead.
Come on in this way, I'll show you my dad's house. This is where a lot of my childhood memories were. The demo is absolutely atrocious in here. They're removing a lot of the debris, getting the mold remediated. It's a very, very, very tough process to see. A lot of memories of the home. This is where a lot of my memories are throughout my life. We just lost my mom in October, and a lot of her memories through me were in this home, and now it's gone.
And that's home after home, block after block, neighborhood after neighborhood. And we're broadcasting tonight from Greenwell Springs. We're in Louisiana. Now, today I had the chance to talk to the residents of this great state. Most of them had their homes completely and utterly destroyed. Take a look. How did you get out? This happened so fast. What happened?
On a boat. They backed it up right there, and they just shoved me in the boat and took me out.
And how fast did the water start coming into your house?
Pretty fast.
Wow.
I was in there, and I looked out, and my patio was dry, and I looked out again, and I thought, holy cow. And before they got me on the boat, the water was coming in.
Wow. And so you had everybody in every house having to get on a boat?
Yeah, just about.
Wow. And I'm looking in front of your yard, everything that you've had and saved your whole life.
That's part of my life. Part of my life's in that truck. Part of my life's on this table.
Yeah.
And my son and daughter-in-law are still walking around, so, that's good.
What do you think the country has not caught this and understood this?
I hate to say this.
No, say it.
Because I love America. I don't want to live anywhere else, and I know our crew does the best that they can do.
Right.
But I don't think Washington gives a hoot about anybody but their pockets.
Did you see the president playing golf during all this?
No, I didn't, because I don't have a TV.
I got that, but you know he was playing golf.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Let me just show everybody, if you don't mind, I'm going to look at your garage. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, come on. If you look over here, so the water came up to here. And inside your house, the same thing?
You can go through the house if you want to, because the sheetrock's coming down, the cabinets are out, everything.
And this is not a flood zone. You don't have flood insurance.
No, I don't have flood insurance, because they told me when the flood of '83 came through, and then when I bought this house, they told me that this house did not flood.
You're also going to have to rebuild the whole inside of that house. Your country needs to help you now. You know that.
I know that, but
Oh, I have a pretty loud megaphone, and a big mouth.
What we have in Washington, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm so sorry. I am. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and I'm so glad you made it out okay.
Well, I am too, but thank you very much. I hope you can help us out.
I'm looking at everything you own right behind you. I'm looking every one of your neighbors going down for miles. Everything's out of the house. I'm so sorry. This has got to be horrible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got 3 houses that flooded. We got 2 rentals and our own home, and we're having to redo all of them, and, no income. And
right, so you're taking off work to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Kim, and
by the way, Kim said she dressed up for this.
Yeah.
She was going, wait a minute, I got to get dressed. No, you know what? People need to see how hard you work, and you got to get all this stuff out of your house.
Exactly. It's a struggle, and every day we wake up, try to come out here, do a little bit, and I just pray that we stay healthy enough to be able to do it, and just finding help is hard because everybody's in the same situation.
And Eric, you're just a friend. You came down to help your friends?
I lost my home too. Everything we own is gone.
Now, I know this is a dumb question. This is a non-flood zone. Yeah. I just talked to a lot of your neighbors. They don't have flood insurance.
No, and I mean, at least we had flood insurance on 2 of them. And
not this one.
No.
This is a no flood zone.
Right. I mean, this house is 40 years old. It hasn't never flooded.
Never come close.
And, it's just...
What I can't believe is, and the sheriff's been telling me all day, this happened like immediately.
It did.
And there was no notice.
No.
Yeah.
Walk us through as the water's beginning to rise, and all of a sudden it gets up to your door, and then it comes in your house. What was that like?
And I mean, this house here is the rent house, and the lady that living here, there wasn't no water in the back, and then all of a sudden she had to get an air mattress and float out with her kid out of here to get out. They come up so quick.
And I heard the current was brutal.
Oh yeah.
It was. We actually live on the Amite River, me and him, and we had to be rescued because the current was so bad. I thought the house would cave in. But so somebody came and got us, and we've been staying with friends and family and until, we get it back.
You got on your own boat. How many people do you think you got out?
I don't know. A lot.
A lot?
Yeah, breaking out windows, saving them out of their attics, off the roofs. You name it, I did it.
And there's a lot of elderly people in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had one of my boats, the current was so strong, I had another boat push me up against the door to get them out, and a helicopter had to come down and rescue them off my boat.
Because you had no...
Couldn't get to them and landing fast enough. They had to come by helicopter.
I know I didn't know how bad it was. And then I started talking to people that I know, and they said, no, you have no idea. And now that I'm here, no, but the country doesn't have an idea.
No, that's what, I mean, we've heard CNN and all them are just not posting. I mean, not nothing.
Nobody, the sheriff told me nobody's been here.
No, absolutely not.
Nobody.
I mean, we all need help out here.
All right, sir, what's your name?
My name's Bob Ates.
Now, you're not from here, but you came, one of your friends lost everything.
Yeah, a couple of doors down.
Yeah. You were giving me numbers just a second ago. Tell the numbers of people impacted by this.
I believe there's 137,000 people in Ascension Parish, and I've heard that 100,000 of them are flooded. And that's a huge number. It's not that same percentage in other areas, but the devastation is Ascension Parish, East Baton Rouge. It's all around.
Everywhere. And, we're in Livingston now. And, you said something to me that kind of struck me. Every house on this block has everything that they own on the front yard. And you said that's all people doing it on their own.
That's right. There's been very little government assistance to this point. This has been family, friends, people doing their own. And what people need to understand, they're tearing their hearts out of these houses. This is not just stuff.
No, this is their life.
My friend's been there for 40 years. Everything that he owns
is on his front lawn.
On the front lawn.
And coming up, when we come back, we'll speak with more victims of this flood, as well as the men and women who are out there helping their neighbors during their time of need. That and more as we continue from Baton Rouge tonight on Hannity.
The water was about 2 feet deep in the house when the fire department came with a rescue boat and took my wife. She's a breast cancer patient, survivor. We got brought to a staging area and rescued. I'm living inside the garage. I put an air conditioner in the window, and my wife's staying with her sister, and I'm staying there cleaning it up. I'm 71, and we'll start over and make it from here.
That's just more of the devastation. Welcome back to Hannity, and we are in Louisiana, where over at least 60,000 homes have been damaged, many destroyed by the floods. Joining us now, the mayor of the city of Central Louisiana, J.R. Shelton, right here with us. We have Congressman Garrett Graves is here, the lieutenant governor of your great state, Louisiana. Bob Nungesser is with us. By the way, I do have one question for the audience. You all can clap. You agree? Were you glad that Donald Trump came here? And when you saw the president day after day playing golf, did it bother you? Yeah. How much? A lot? Yeah. And then Hillary also, she called your governor. Is that phoning it into you all? Yeah. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Let's check it. Mr. Mayor, first of all, I'm sorry. I got to meet, these are wonderful people, volunteers that have come from as far as Lynchburg, Virginia. I see the kids from Liberty here to help you out. Franklin Graham, Samaritan Purse. But this is not going to go away in a week, a month, 6 months, or a year.
Oh, no. We're a city of 27,000 folks. I can tell you 25,000 of them have been affected by this.
Wow.
90% of our homes have been destroyed.
Wow.
So we're in for a long, long haul here. However, I want to tell you that the city of Central is very resilient. It's neighbor helping neighbor. We're not relying on anybody else. We're not waiting for $400 million that might have gone to Iran to come to us. We're here taking care of ourselves.
Wow. It's a tribute to you and your community. 90%. Congressman, what really shocked me today, and we just aired some of this, is a lot of people that are impacted by this, they don't live in a flood zone. They didn't have flood insurance. What can be done on a national level to help? Like, I love what Samaritan's Purse is doing. I love what my buddy Tony Perkins is doing. But that's just to get people through the day and through the weeks and put food in their stomachs. But what can the government do to help them? This seems to me to be one of those moments they need to step up.
Absolutely. Sean, look, we've been through disasters down here before. This storm caused 31 inches of rain in some of these communities in just a few days. 31 inches of rain is what the national annual average rainfall is, and we got it in 2 days. So this is a once in a lifetime, once in a 1,000-year type storm. There needs to be a more robust federal recovery package that's put together.
Have you talked to the president?
I haven't spoken to the president, but I have spoken.
Was he too busy golfing, or?
I had a chance to talk to some other folks.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I know.
And I'll tell you, I certainly plan on on talking to him about it tomorrow.
You will. Lieutenant Governor, good to see you. By the way, I was impressed. You have a Democratic governor in the state. You're a Republican lieutenant governor, and I was impressed that it seemed that both the governor and even Mary Landrieu, who doesn't particularly like me, had some good things to say about those people that are bringing attention to this terrible problem down here.
Absolutely. We've got to work together, and with the FEMA rules of $33,000, if you didn't have flood insurance, we need donations. We need people to step up, as these neighbors have done, neighbor helping neighbor. We're not going to be waiting. We're gutting homes. We're going to go in and rebuild homes and take those citizens that didn't have flood insurance through private donations.
But this is 90% of this community. This is 90%.
But we can't wait. We've got to go to work.
All right, but it's beyond that, because I've been in these homes. You got to not only gut it. I think the only thing you might be able to save is the shell. Well, and I used to be in construction.
Absolutely.
So everything else is out.
Absolutely.
That means you're basically building a new home for everybody, and if there's no insurance, what are these people going to do?
Well, we've got to give them hope. We've got to be able to work as a team and start working to rebuild these houses. And day after day, it's going to get better. It's a long haul. Hopefully there'll be some help from the federal government, but it's going to take private donations. I wrote my check the other day when my wife was here volunteering. Donald Trump left a check.
I'm going to write a check.
Well, we could use one from the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
She's not going to come. We'll take her check.
I just want to warn you, that money may have come from Saudi Arabia, where they don't treat women, gays, lesbians, Christians, and Jews too well.
Well, I think everybody that cares about Louisiana should write a check and help out.
You got one for me, I promise.
Thank you.
Sean, I promise you, Central will come back bigger and stronger than ever. This community, while we've been devastated, we have not lost our heart, and we're going to continue to do whatever it takes for us to come back. Garrett Graves has been wonderful. Billy Nungesser's been. We have folks that are friends in the government, and they will be here to take care of us.
Yeah. Last thing. What do you think you can do in terms of getting your fellow congressman to step up?
Well, look, I've already been in touch with the Speaker's office, been in touch with the Majority Leader's office. We're going to be bringing members of Congress down here.
No. Speaker Ryan needs to come down here.
We're going to be bringing folks down here to let them see it firsthand. You can't understand this unless you see it. The scope and the devastation here is just amazing.
I work with my camera. Some are better. No, they're all great. But they've been with me forever, and we were all shocked. And what we kept saying to each other is, television does not capture this. It's unbelievable.
A hurricane will affect a couple parishes. This is over 20 parishes spread across all of the middle of Louisiana.
Do you think this in many ways is the show, and it affected almost as many people?
And they didn't have flood insurance. Along the coast, to have flood insurance. A 1,000-year event, as the congressman said, they wasn't expected to have flood insurance. So this is devastating to these people that have no means to rebuild.
I spoke to this poor woman. She literally has to move now down to Florida to be with her family, or else she has no place to live. And you're going to have enough rooms, beds to put these people?
We will find places for them. Okay. We will find places for them. Sean, I've been asked about how big the flood was. I'm not trying to be flip, but Noah would have had a problem with this flood.
No, listen, I'm not. I was kidding around before. I agree. This is beyond imagination.
Sean, this is one of these examples. We've seen it over and over again, where you're spending billions of dollars after a flood instead of spending millions before. There was a Corps of Engineers project that dates back to the 1980s that could have prevented this. The project has been in the study and construction phase since the 1980s that could have prevented much of this.
Only government could screw up that bad.
It's unbelievable.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, right after the break, we're going to continue from the Greenwell Springs Baptist Church in Louisiana. You got volunteers from all over the country right here to help the people in this great community as we continue. All right, we're back in Baton Rouge, and of course, we have hundreds of thousands of people now devastated, losing their homes, but there's another story to tell, and that's neighbor helping neighbor. As the flood waters rose and the currents were strong, it was amazing how every single person that had a boat, all hands on deck, they got every person out of there. You were one of the people saved, right? I have a picture of you I'm going to put up on TV right now. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Minnie Mae Jones.
Very nice to meet you. Now, I saw you on the boat. You didn't want to leave your house.
No. I got up that morning, ate my cereal, drank my coffee, read my paper, and straightened up my house.
I bet you regret that now.
I had water in the ditch in front of my house,
Yeah.
but I never dreamed it was going to do this. And then I decided to go look in my backyard, and Lord behold, there came water from the back. So I got it from the back and the front.
And all right, so then it started coming in your house.
Yes.
How high was it?
It had gotten up to I had my house kind of goes up like that, you know, like oh, I guess it's a good 10 feet or 20 feet up there.
6 feet of water. About 6 feet of water in your house.
In my house, I got 6 feet of water.
And how many years did you live there?
I've been there since 1957.
Oh my gosh. And all right, now I heard, and you tell me if I'm wrong, you didn't want to leave the house.
Not really, I didn't.
And they had to pull you out with a boat.
Yeah, they took me out with a boat.
All right, I see the picture. We're putting it up on the screen. You in the boat with a dog.
That's not my dog. I don't even have a dog.
That's got to be hard on you. You lost. That's your home.
Yeah, I'm too old for this.
I think everybody is. Well, you know what? You have all these great people here that want to help you. The person that got you in that boat, right?
Yes.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah. Well, God bless you. A lot of Americans, as a result of this, they're going to donate money and they're going to help you rebuild your home. Okay?
That's wonderful.
Okay, and it'll be better. You've since 1957. You're just getting started.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's give this woman a hand. She's awesome. Thank you. All right, now I think. Where's the guy? Oh, here you are. There, I'm looking for you. How you doing? What happened to you?
Shoulder surgery.
Oh, rotator? Yeah, I got to get that too, but I'm not doing it.
And when this first started, I wanted to go out there and help all my friends rescue people before it came to our house. And my wife goes, "You're crazy. You're not going out there with that shoulder like that."
Yeah.
Little did I know, the next morning I had to launch my own boat in my own yard and go get my family out and all my neighbors, the elderly people, all kids, women and children first, in my boat with one arm. And they had like people walking down the street, these older men. I just pulled him into the boat with one arm and got him up there. The fear in their eyes was just unbelievable.
Isn't that the real story here, though? I mean, there were thousands of people saved with these boats, and there was no government boat. They were all individual boats.
And we even saw there was a young lady like the lady you just talked to, and she had her walker, and the walker was completely submerged, and she had water to her waist, and she was walking down the driveway into deeper water. So I turned and went to her, and we held her there to somebody else had a better boat to get her in.
Wow.
And then I turned back to getting other people.
You did this all with your shoulder banged up.
Yeah, my doctor wasn't happy, but it's okay.
Thank you. You know what? He's one of the heroes, right? As are all of you here. Thank you.
We're just part of the Cajun Navy, as they call us. We don't, nobody left behind.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Hey, next time coming, let's go fishing.
Fishing? Yeah. I think we got some home building to do. I used to be a contractor.
Take a break sometime, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. All right, sir. How you doing? I saw you earlier.
Good.
You doing? You're an old vet. You got a Purple Heart?
Did.
All right, this guy has a Purple Heart. Vietnam? Yes, sir. Thank you. Tell us from what happened from your perspective.
Well, the water came up so fast.
Look at this. You're getting a standing O. Wow. Hang on. There we go. Hey, tell us what happened.
Well, it came up so fast, you didn't have time. I had a neighbor put stuff up on bricks, but 2.5 feet of water in your house, and brick doesn't help. My wife was in Massachusetts at the time. I spent 2 nights with one of the men and ladies here, Guy and Norma Jenkins. They right down the street. My house went under, so I stayed with them. We lost power. But God is good. I have a family here that just helped us tear out sheetrock. My grandkid, I got 6 grandkids and 3 daughters, and my wife came back to this devastation. But we're blessed. This is my church, so.
I love when people say, "Oh, I lost my house, everything I own, but I'm blessed." Absolutely. I'm like, all right, that's a lot of faith there.
Well, it is.
It is.
But that's all we have now. No. We don't have a home.
Well, hopefully.
Miss Minnie Mae Jones, I want to tell you, she's the matriarch of the neighborhood. My kids grew up.
Is that right?
That's my daughter.
Who's your daughter?
I got 2 daughters here. Y'all stand up.
Hi. Where are the girls?
There's Micah over there.
Oh, you're not going to...
That's Jancy and that's Micah.
Yeah, daughter.
They grew up with her and all her kids, and Miss Minnie Mae is just, I mean, she's the rock of the neighborhood. So
I can tell. I think we ought to make you deputy mayor.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
All right, listen, thank you.
Thanks for sharing, and thanks for being here.
And thanks for being a person that served this country.
To this. I appreciate
it. My honor.
Thank you.
All right. By the way, we're putting up on the screen Samaritan's Purse. There's a lot of places. That's Franklin Graham's group. They've been doing a lot of work down here. Yeah. Tony Perkins Church, where we are. Anything you can do to help. I'm gonna help. And Donald Trump helped. Hillary, step up. Let's go. We need. These people are dying down here. They need. Their whole lives have been upended. Anything you do to help, it's up on my website, Hannity.com, and you can see it right at the bottom of your screen. We'll take a quick break. More from Baton Rouge as we continue Hannity on the road. All right, we're back at Greenwell Springs Baptist Church. 90+% of this community impacted by the flooding, and this is going to be a long time fixing. You guys, you're with the church locally, Tony Perkins?
Yep, we work here at Greenwell Springs Baptist Church, and it's just it's a good example of when faith-based organizations come together. Franklin Graham, Samaritan Purse came down, and just Tony's reach and relationships with people across the country, and they've all come down just to help. Trump being here was amazing. Shot in the arm for people that they're hopeless until they see that they're not forgotten. But let me take that back. They're not hopeless. They have Christ.
God bless you. Amen to that. And you're with my buddy. I've known Franklin Graham, and I've known Tony Perkins forever. And I just wrote him a note too, and he's a good man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for what you're doing.
Samaritan's Purse came in right after the flood. We had a call from Tony they needed help, and we were happy to respond, partner with the church. We're sending out volunteers daily to help with the gutting and mudding out of the homes. We helped Miss Minnie Mae just earlier this week, and
she should be the mayor. She is amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah. And I got to say one thing though, because all that you're doing is so important. And I was on trips with Franklin Graham. I went to Haiti, Dominican Republic with him. What you all do is unbelievable. All right, they're yelling in my ear. We're almost out of time. You all are from, these kids are all from Lynchburg, Virginia, Liberty University. I'm friends with President Falwell. All right, I'm going to tell him, President Falwell, give all these kids A+, okay? Try and help out. Samaritan's Purse, Tony Perkins Church. All the information is on Hannity.com, FoxNews.com. We'll see you in Austin, Texas with Donald Trump. Town Hall tomorrow night. Thanks for being with us.